Hello, cyber world. My name is Matt Nuzzo. We're here at Real to talk to you about the North Kiteboarding Flex Footstraps. So these Footstraps are new Footstraps out to the market because North Kiteboarding just started. Yes, North Kiteboarding just started. So these Footstraps are really unique and super comfortable. When I first saw them, I was like, yeah, they kind of look a little like stripped down and cheap. But that's the whole program there is that they stripping everything away to get only what you need there. So part of it is this like material they're using on the top here just looks like a little basic, but the reason they're using material is because it doesn't absorb any water, and they want to keep these things as light as possible and keep your board as light as possible. So what I initially thought was a little bit of a cheaper look to them turns out that it's actually super high tech and most importantly really, really comfortable. So let's go over some of the features, and what I thought was most impressive is the footbed. So the footbed on this is one of the cool things they did is they've set up all their boards are 6-inch hole spread, which is kind of standard for the industry. But they did make these slots on either side so that the slots will allow you to fit up to a 6.5-inch insert spread. So some random companies out there like to be different and they have different hole patterns. So that allows you to use these awesome North Kiteboarding Footstraps on other boards, which a lot of people are going to be doing. Because this footbed is by far the most comfortable footbed on the market. It is not overcooked or overbuilt, and what makes it really unique is they've got a ultra soft material here. It's a triple density footpad. The light gray part is really, really soft rubberized EVA. So the rubberized part makes it really grippy. So once it gets wet, it feels kind of normal here, but as soon as it's in the water, your foot just like grips this stuff unbelievably. They made the darker gray part, it will slide through easier, and then when you get to the soft gray part, it's rubberized and really, really awesome. So under your heel, you've got extra soft EVA here, you've got medium gray EVA, and then underneath your heel, you've got a really high density EVA. So you don't really, even though it's a real thin pad, you don't bottom out in it, right? So you still have a lot of comfort and feel, and it's like, if anyone's ever bottomed out in a foot pad, like, it's terrible. Like, it feels like all that shock, like, right into your back. So these things underneath your heel, you don't need to have this giant thick pad. They got it really thin so you feel the board, and then it's just really, really comfortable. More importantly, the toe ridge here, they've just got just the front part of the toe ridge here. And most importantly, underneath the ball of your foot, they put like an extra large section of super soft EVA, so your foot just kind of nestles in there. The arch isn't too high, so there's a little bit of an arch rise, but it kind of works for people with flat feet or a high arch. And then having this real extra soft thing, like my feet are totally screwed up from ski boots for my whole life, and that thing is just awesome underneath the ball of my foot. So it just really, really works well. And again, this whole foot pad is like, it's just really quite thin, you don't have this big chunky foot pad. So moving on to the foot strap, the foot strap is adjustable. They connect it down one side here, and the point of doing that is just keep it locked in, and so the foot strap isn't floating around. The worst thing is to have the foot strap just not fit on your foot right, and so this one that they did is that you can have it, like this, or fully extended, and it's going to fit your foot really, really well. They've had no stitching under here, right? So most foot straps have a lot of stitching underneath here just to put it together. So they figured out some way to have no stitching underneath your foot pad. So the foot strap here is just really, really comfortable for the whole area. They've kind of split it out right here, so it gives you a lot of articulation. What I found is that like when you land, your foot can move, but it doesn't move out. So like you land, put a lot of pressure on it, it can move around and adjust so you don't like rack your ankle or anything, but it doesn't like release your foot. A lot of straps, like if you come down and you come down weird, like your foot just explodes out of it. Where this one allows your foot to move and articulate, but then also keeps it locked in. So you've got your double Velcro straps here, which is gonna allow you to get some adjustability. They do come in two sizes, so you've got small, medium, and then large, extra large. We haven't really had a chance to test all the foot sizes. We do know that on a large, extra large, like big feet with like giant booties on, are just gonna be a little bit challenging to get properly into your foot straps. So like they do kind of fit a full range except for those like monster feet with foot straps on it. And if you are riding barefoot, like these things are just so plush and so comfortable. I've also done a couple of cool things here, is that like these tabs here, these little plastic tabs, they can move back, forward and backwards on the plate, so you can kind of move that foot strap around and really change where it is. And then also like these little tabs here, just the one on the inside, instead of having to go straight, they bent it out and made it out of a softer material, so that again, if you land and your foot twists, you're not going to be jabbing into this piece of plastic there. And that's part of the reason they wanted to keep this side connected down, because they want to make sure you're putting a ton of pressure on the outside of your foot. They want to make sure that the foot pad meets the padding there, and it's just super comfortable. You will notice that this knit flex material they're using here looks very similar to what they used in Mystic. Again, being owned by the same company, Mystic and North Kiteboarding, now being owned by the same company, they've got a lot of these cool synergies where they're getting materials that are true, tried, and tested. So this is not going to wear out. This has been used in harnesses for a bunch of years, and they know the material and they know it really, really well. So overall, the North Kiteboarding Flex foot straps, I'm loving these things. They're super comfortable, and I'm normally riding boots. I don't like foot straps because I don't like my feet to come out, and I felt totally comfortable and really locked in with these foot straps. So kudos to you guys at North for making an awesome foot straps and changing my opinion. I kind of saw them and like was just like, oh, they're kind of basic looking until like I got the tech and I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. But really what changed my mind, put my feet in them and going out and taking a bunch of sessions, and it's like, these things are really sweet and gonna work on any board out there. So even if you don't have a North board, get a pair of these foot straps, you will be super stoked. If you have questions about them, give us a call at the shop, 252-987-6000, or reach us online at realwatersports.com.